Hey everybody, it's Jeremy Hamilton with 5280 Angler, coming to you today from the comfort of my tying desk. I wanted to give a little more in-depth river report this week since we're seeing a lot of changes out there. So I wanted to do it from the comfort of my home. That way we don't have distracting river background and noise. I wanted to really focus on giving an in-depth, a little more technical report this week. So I'm going to start out with Deckers. I've been fishing that quite a bit recently. Water is finally starting to warm up a bit, and the fish are taking notice, and as well as the bugs. I've noticed a lot of the fish are starting to move into the riffles, into shallower water. They're feeding quite a bit, and they're feeding on blue-winged olives and midges. Blue-winged olive nymphs have been working quite well. I've been using a mercury baetis, bars emergers, radiation baetis, pheasant tails. there's been quite a bit working emergers. I've been doing RS2s, gray and olive, as well as the chocolate thunder or foamback emerger, however you refer to that fly. Everything in about a size 20 on all those. As far as midges go, we've been seeing some good midge activity as well. Rainbow warriors, black beauties, crystal flash midges, buckskins, mercury midges, blood midges. There's no shortage of food out there for them. So they've been keying on all that. Another thing that's been working kind of well that's a little bit offbeat for some people this time of year. Little stoneflies, little yellow Mercer's poxyback stoneflies have been working really well in about a size 12 or 14. Those have been picking up a few fish here and there, and as well as the standard worms and eggs this time of year. Do be careful. Fish are starting to spawn here and there. We're still a little bit early on that, but they're going to start pretty soon. So do watch out for that. Overall, it's been pretty good out there. Nicer days have seemed to outproduce the colder days. When it gets cold and cloudy, it tends to kind of keep the water from warming up a bit and really keeps those bugs from getting active. Fortunately, we've had a lot of sunny days recently, so it's been fishing pretty good. All up and down the corridor at Deckers. It's from above the Deckers Bridge all the way down through Trumbull, all the way down the Platte River Campground. Everything downriver is fishing pretty well right now. So do spread out. There's been a concentration of anglers through Deckers and through Trumbull. Spread out. There's fish all over the place. I've been fishing downriver a bit, and I've seen some other guides down there with quite a bit of success. So find yourself your own piece of water and have fun out there. As far as the dream stream goes, as you can imagine, there are big fish moving in there from 11 Mile Reservoir. I've been out there quite a bit as well recently. The fish are in pre-spawn mode right now. They're not spawning. I have seen every once in a while some fish paired up. So again, watch those fish as well. Most of the big fish have been in the deep runs, the bends, the deep bends. All up and down throughout the river, from the dam all the way down to 11 Mile. They're in the deep runs. If the big fish are in the shallows, chances are those fish are going to be spawning. Watch out for them. Don't bother them. Let them do their thing. As far as the river resident fish, they've been all over the place. They're in the shallows. They're in the riffles. They're in the deep slots and bends. They're kind of all over the place, and there are a ton of fish in there right now. In the mornings, I've been nymphing. Yesterday, I was out, and we used a hot bead pheasant tail, red rainbow warriors, chocolate thunders. That was my nymph rig all morning long. I didn't change it, and we caught fish all morning long, including some rather large fish. So that's what I've been using. Blue-winged olives I saw a couple of them popping yesterday. So again, those pheasant tails, mercury baetis, radiation baetis, jujubatus. I forgot to mention those at Deckers as well. All of that's been working quite well. Fish them deep and in the morning. Once you start seeing the fish suspending, that means we're getting some midges coming up. So then you're going to want to suspend your nymph rigs. Don't fish them down all the way to the bottom. You'll see the fish come up a bit, rise up in the water column, and you can suspend your rigs accordingly. If they're 2 feet below the surface, go 2 feet down. If they're 1 foot, you can do a foot. So Rainbow Warriors have been working well for that. RS2s, like I said, the Chocolate Thunder, Crystal Flash midges will work for that. But in the afternoon, and this is quite a treat for March, if you are out there on a calm day without any wind, which is rare, you want to look for dry fly activity. We fished riffles all afternoon, and fish were coming up absolutely everywhere. I was using a little size 20, 22 Parachute Adams as my lead fly, and then doing a Griffith's Gnat, or I have another fly that I use that I got at the Green River in Flaming Gorge, called a fuzzball, which is essentially the same as a Griffith's Gnat, except it's just black thread on a hook with the grizzly and brown hackle wrapped around. That's it. No peacock in there. So it's a very simple fly to tie. I have never seen it in any shops locally. Doesn't mean it's not around, but if you want to tie that up, that was working very well for the midge clusters. I saw some rather large midge clusters skittering across the surface, and I'm using that fly in an 18 or even a 16, and the fish were just absolutely hammering it. So it's fishing really well out there right now. Everything else, Pueblo is going to be fishing good. Blue-winged olives, midges, basically the same fly patterns that we're using everywhere else. 11 Mile Canyon, same exact stuff. And again, all the rainbows are going to be starting to spawn everywhere. Rainbows, cutbows, and cutthroats. So watch yourself. Hopefully here pretty soon we're gonna see boxwood open sometime in April. And as I've mentioned before, you want to check out our Eagle River lease. That property is amazing, absolutely amazing. You can catch a ton of fish out there, and we're having nice weather now, so it's a great place to go. Hit that before runoff. Once runoff hits, that's going to be a real tough place to fish. But yeah, get out there. The weather's calling for it. Get out of the house, get outside and fish. And as always, I'll see you out there. Follow me on Instagram, Jeremy Hamilton Fly Fishing. Follow us on Facebook, 5280 Angler, as well as Instagram and online, 5280angler.com. See you out there.